Здравствуйте, друзья! С вами снова Билли Бонс. Мы продолжаем играть в игру Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. Так, нам нужно прочитать письмо. И оно где-то на столе. Ну где это письмо? Я его не вижу. А, вот. Стол. Письмо.
I can tell from
Холмса.
Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter. A wax seal with the monogram E.B. The Brackenstall family coat of arms.
Дорогой мистер Холмс, я буду очень рад, если вы присоединитесь ко мне для расследования интересного дела. Оно как раз по вашей части. Леди пришлось отпустить, но остальное оставлено в точности, как я нашел. Однако я умоляю вас не терять времени, поскольку трудно и дальше держать здесь сэра Юстаса. Так, давайте тогда приступим.
What is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always, it appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the EB monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately. I live in hope of an interesting morning.
Так, сразу отправляемся в Abbey Grange. А там уже будем на месте разбираться, что произошло. И может быть, эту мисс отпустили зря.
Ah, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid, Teresa Wright.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right, I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
Так. Осмотреть комнату, где отдыхает леди. Вопрос, какая из них?
Lady Brackenstall awaits you in the morning room. Lady Brackenstall awaits you in the morning
Значит,
room.
сюда.
Ladies, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary? I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and... oh God.
Please, go on.
As I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had heard them, for he was holding his stick. But they were three, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
Did these three villains steal anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard, but you can see for yourself in the dining room.
Так, золотая брошь из Австралии. Элегантное платье. Старые синяки. Обручальное кольцо.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those bruises?
Oh, do you... Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
Your ladyship? Teresa, I would like to hear your testimony.
Certainly, sir. As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw three men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
Так. Что мы найдем? Морщины. На лице вроде больше ничего. Белые руки. Ну, от кофе. Так. Так, осмотреть гостиную. Газета «Таймс». Семейный бизнес процветает. Банда Рэндаллов снова в игре. Менее 2 недель назад знаменитая семья, известная как Рэндаллов, проявила себя, совершив дерзкое ограбление. Однако содержится в секрете. Мы постоянно напоминаем нашим уважаемым читателям, насколько опасны эти бандиты. Так, Уильям Рэндалл, Мелвин Рэндалл имеют пиратское прошлое. Будьте осторожны, тогда ваши ценности останутся в целости и сохранности.
The description of the Randall gang provided by Lady Brackenstall is identical to the one in the Times article.
Так. А вот тут интересно. Пока нам нечего сказать против. Здесь мы должны... Ага, вот.
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame. This is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside. I must ask Lady Brackenstall to open it.
Так, столик, фотография.
This photograph of Lady Brackenstall and her maid Teresa was taken at a port, but which one? This photograph of Lady Brackenstall.
Здесь вроде все понятно. Мы что-то еще не... давайте попробуем.
This photograph. So the lady and her maid came from
1,5 года
Australia
назад
a
они
year
были
and
в
a half ago
Австралии.
on this ship. Lady Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
We have to open it. Your ladyship? Let us try to open this safe. This safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
Угадали. Так,
It is
деньги.
common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal.
Сэр Юстас, ваше физическое и психическое состояние вызывает серьезные опасения. Имеются признаки печёночной недостаточности, специфический запах, присущий тем, кто страдает болезнью печени, абсцессы в легких, о которых мы говорили. Судороги, которые мы описали, не указывают на расстройство нервной системы. Ваша печень показалась мне слишком жесткой во время осмотра. Так, асцит брюшной полости, боль с заливом ребром, панкреатит, снижение самоконтроля, агрессия. Для этого есть немало лечебных методов.
Antique coins, possibly of value, but they're scattered without care.
Так, сейф. Просить. Значит, нам нужно леди.
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
Sir Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent behaviour.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead, but a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before. Wonder with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was specially hard for her.
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
Так. В Австралии нет личной жизни. Вышла замуж вскоре после прибытия в Англию. Оказалось, вряд ли она и ее горничная познакомились с кем-либо. Так.
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
The body is still in the dining room where the murder took place.
You should examine the body of Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
Так.
It appears that the bell rope was cut by someone taller than me. A fur trader's cabin. A deer hunt. A fur trader's cabin. A hunting scene. These wine bottles are expensive and mostly from France.
Тогда почему преступники не забрали?
A bottle of wine is missing here. This candlestick is valuable. It is interesting that
Вот,
it was
тоже
not
интересно.
also stolen. An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents. The criminals did not thoroughly ransack the house. They only took a little silverware.
И это, кстати, очень интересно. Почему они не забрали все остальное, учитывая
Antique hunting weapons.
охотничьи ружья, картины.
The hunting scene. A hunter's cabin. A trapper's hut. A trapper's hut.
Вот тоже стоит.
A decanter standing next to the open bottle. An inseparable pair indeed. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. There is beeswing at the bottom, as if the wine had not been decanted before being poured. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. It is rather strange that only one of these glasses has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other two are clear. Chateau Calon-Ségur, French wine, Grand Cru.
Как раз это вот, видимо, бутылка из тех. Ну что ж, давайте осмотрим тело.
So, Watson, what have you learned from examining Sir Eustace's body?
Well, I can confirm that the death was instant. Sir Eustace was facing his attacker when he received the blow to his head. There are no other apparent injuries.
That must be the murder weapon. Quite a large stick, a formidable weapon. Barefoot, he had therefore been in bed and did not have time to fully dress.
Руки, голова.
The head was cracked with the force of the blow.
А
It is
почему
covered in
каминная
blood.
решетка в
Sir Eustace
крови?
might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is one possible explanation.
Так. Угу. Так. Два бокала. Бокал с осадком. Из этих бокалов пили вино 3 человека. Один из них, вероятно, предпочитает вино с осадком. Пили вино из бокалов. В третий бокал они слили остатки вина у других. Кстати, вот это более интересная версия. Не совпадает, значит, давайте смотреть и изучать дальше. Так, ну тут мы вроде все осмотрели, да? А вот у кого спросить?
The death was instant.
What do you know about Sir Eustace, Inspector? What was his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk. In such moments he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight. Another day he threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
The alcohol seemed to madden him.
To the point that we were forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal.
Угу. Так, пока у нас все сходится. И что-то мне подсказывает, что рассказ о 3 грабителях неправдоподобен.
There are 3 glasses on the dining room table. I was wondering if...
Oh, I forgot. When I came to myself the first time, each of them had a glass in his hand. They might have been a father and his 2 sons. They talked together in whispers, and then they left.
Your ladyship?
Please leave my Mary alone. She suffered so much, she deserves some rest.
Так, что мы еще должны сделать? По поводу этого спросили. Посмотреть место преступления в гостиной. Так, давайте, наверное, пока на сегодня закончим. Серия уже получается достаточно длинной. Продолжим осмотр гостиной в следующей серии. На сегодня я с вами прощаюсь. Подписывайтесь на канал, ставьте лайки, оставляйте комментарии, что вы думаете по поводу этого дела. А на сегодня, еще раз повторюсь, я с вами прощаюсь. Всем счастливо, всем пока.